Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Meg, and in today's video we are going to be chatting about some of my summer beauty favorites. So this is kind of like a traditional favorites video, but I've added in kind of like, instead of it being a monthly favorites, it's kind of like the stuff that I'm reaching for seasonally in summer. So yes, it's definitely a favorites video, but especially for those summer months when it's really hot, humid, all the things. I live in Houston, Texas. It is always hot here year round, but especially in summer, I'm reaching for stuff like this. So if that sounds great to you, make sure you stick around. But before you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future uploads, and make sure to follow along on social media where I post more content regularly, especially on Instagram. I have a lot of attainable beauty tips and product recommendations, a lot of drugstore finds, you name it, I've got it. Anyway, if you want to know my summer beauty favorites, then just keep watching. So for the first beauty favorite, this is definitely a year-round product that I use, but I think if you've never tried it, summer is definitely the time to put that to the test. I like a brow that does not move. My brows are very wiry and hard to put in place, especially if I want to do like a laminated look, especially in the fronts of my brows. So if you've never tried the Got2b gel from Got2b, it's called the spiking glue. This stuff is the truth. Like, it makes your hair not move, and it's any hair on your head or on your body. But what I have loved to do, and I will link everything below as always, I put this little gel into this empty mascara tube that I got off of Amazon, and it makes it a lot easier for me to apply, and I'm not using too much product, so I quickly just sort of swipe it through my brows, and then I use my finger honestly to kind of press the brows and sort of stick them to my head, if you will. If you don't like the laminated look for brows, that's totally fine as well. This used as a brow gel, your brows will not move. If you just want to like swipe this through your brows and not really care about a laminated look, you will love this as well, especially for summer. Your brows are literally glued to your face. What more do we want from a brow product, honestly? And the best thing about this is like $4 something, and I bought this off of Amazon for I think like $6, so $11 to kind of get this to work in this way. And then this, I'm not even halfway done with it, and I bought it last year, and it is mid-June. So this is gonna last me forever. That's just the most cost-effective way to do this. All right, so in the summer, I love a gripping primer. I think gripping primers are the best year round, but during summer, they're just everything to me, because what they do is they really help the makeup stick to it and grip onto your face so it lasts longer and kind of is a little bit more sweat proof. You'll notice in this video I am featuring a lot of products that I actually talked about in my sweat proof makeup routine that I recently posted. So if you want to see a lot of these products in action, make sure you go watch that video, because I'm not going to be demoing these today. This is more of like a traditional favorites video where I'm sitting down and talking about the products and sort of giving you my thoughts on them and why they're my favorites. So if you want to see them in action, a lot of these products are in that sweat-proof makeup routine video, so make sure you go check that out. Anyway, this gripping primer is from e.l.f. It is new to this year, and it is called the Power Grip Primer. I used to love the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. It is amazing, but it's getting discontinued. It's harder to find. It's showing up in like TJ Maxx, which is a clear indicator to me that it's getting discontinued. But they also released this. It's basically the same thing. You just get a smaller tube, and it is a really good Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So if you love the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which I actually really love, this is a really great alternative, a really great dupe. You don't need to buy the Milk one. This is basically the same thing. Love this primer so much. In summer months, I am reaching for more lightweight foundations. Honestly, in general, I've kind of been less on the full coverage foundation thing and more of like the light to medium coverage. I like a foundation that I can build. I like a foundation that looks really skin-like, that's very liquidy and lightweight. These are 3 products that I know that so many of you guys are gonna love for summer. We're gonna talk about the oldie but the goodie first. This product I've been raving about for over a year, and it is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I think this is totally overlooked a lot because a lot of people love this one from L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum, and it is really, really good as well, but I feel like so many people are talking about this, and a lot of people don't mention this one because This one sort of outshines it, but I cannot tell you how much I love this tinted hydrator because I feel like while the shade range is absolutely terrible, I've just talked about that over and over again. I really wish Wet n Wild would deal with the shade range and expand it. I feel like it is one of those products that like, it's so lightweight, but it makes your skin look like it's filtered. And it lasts really well. Like, it is one of those products that lasts really well on the skin, and it doesn't really move. I don't know what it is. And of course, like I said, I live in Houston, Texas, so I'm really testing this against the elements of where I live. And I'm finding that it really just stays put really well and it doesn't smear. It just wears amazing. Not many people are talking about this, so I have to mention it again because I love it so much. But if you haven't tried the L'Oreal Tinted Serum, it is really good. I start reaching for it a little bit more in summertime. I do like the formula of it. It's really pretty. You know, I don't love that it's that super expensive for a drugstore product. I believe this retails between $15 and $19 at the drugstore, which is kind of ridiculous to me. And this is $5. So in my opinion, this one kind of beats this one in a little bit in a lot of ways because it is so much more affordable. Now for something a little bit more high-end, I really love the IT Cosmetics Nude CC Nude Glow. It's their brand new foundation release for this year, and I feel like a lot of IT Cosmetics foundations and complexion products kind of seem the same. I love the Your Skin But Better foundation. That to me is really unique. That product stands out and this product stands out as two products that are like really different from the CC cream and like the no foundation stuff. Like they all seem kind of similar, but the Your Skin But Better foundation and this one I feel really are different and stand out. So I did a whole wear test of this on my Instagram reels. If you want to check that out, I will link the reel below so you can see me applying it and how it wears throughout the day. But like I was pleasantly surprised by this. I thought for sure it was gonna slip and slide off of my face, but it doesn't. It wears really well. It's a beautiful glowy medium coverage that just looks incredible on the skin. I look amazing every time I wear it. Every time I wear it, I'm like, wow, my skin looks so good. You have to try it. I also love that it has an SPF 40. I don't use this as my primary form of SPF, but I like that it's in there for additional protection. So setting powders can be kind of a love-hate thing during the summer months because I feel like if you cake on the powder, it tends to be like, oh gosh, this feels so heavy. But I've loved this from Kosas. It's the Cloud Set powder, and it is a pressed powder, but it's so lightweight feeling. It's almost weightless, completely weightless on the skin. And I really like this for summertime because I feel like it just doesn't feel heavy on the skin, but it still sets the makeup. I still need to powder my face year round because it is very humid here year round. And so if I don't powder, my makeup wears off really fast. It's so lightweight, but you can tell that it is doing its job. You know, it gives a nice blurring effect to the pores. It looks great on the under eye area and also along the face. If you haven't tried this, this is a really great setting powder. If traditional powders and loose powders are starting to like feel too heavy to you, but you still want to powder, I highly recommend this one. It is just so lightweight, feels weightless on the skin, but it still sets the makeup and gives a really nice blurring effect. You have got to try the Kosas Cloud Set. So in summer, bronzers are always popular. I feel like bronzers are popular year round, but in summertime, I feel like I'm reaching for a more bronzier look. This is a new release from L'Oreal. You know how I have been ride or die for Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer for literally years? Like I will not stray from it. I found a product that actually made me stray, which is crazy. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Bronzer. And I think what's really interesting about this bronzer is that it comes in a really great shade range. So you can find something that really complements and flatters your skin tone. This is the light medium shade. And this is what it looks like swatched on the hand. So it is very neutral. It does have a hint of warmth to it, which I think is really great for summer. And I like bronzers that have a hint of warmth to it. But like a lot of people who are very, very fair have trouble with bronzers. They end up looking too muddy on them. So they have a lighter shade, some lighter shades in this collection that's gonna work for other skin tones. They also have deeper bronzers. So like some deeper skin tones to people who are tan, this is gonna look like nothing on their skin, right? but they have stuff that is even deeper, so it's gonna complement their skin really, really well. I love how creamy and soft and almost buttery this feels, but it lays on the skin really well. It is a satin finish, but it's like a healthy matte. It has a slight, like a very slight sheen to it, but it is not in any way, shape, or form like glittery or glowy. It's not a glowy bronzer. It's just like a healthy, like it's not chalky at all. In that sense, it sort of reminds me of the butter bronzer, where it just has this beautiful finish where it's not like chalky flat matte. It's very healthy looking. So if you've never tried these new bronzers from L'Oreal, I highly recommend them. They're just so nice. In summer, I definitely reach for a lot of highlighter. I mean, year round, I reach for a lot of highlighter, but I'm reaching for this a lot in summer months. And this is the Flower Beauty Spotlight Highlighter. This is literally identical to the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Highlighter Wand. And this is in the shade Opal, which it's a dupe for the shade Spotlight. I have an Instagram reel, I'll link it below, where you can see me comparing the two products. This is the prettiest cream highlighter, liquid highlighter. And what I think I like about this even more than the Charlotte Tilbury product is that this highlighter, the staying power and the longevity of this is so much better. Like, I don't even need to set this with any sort of powder. I put this on the skin, it sets down, it stays. You know how like the Laura Mercier caviar sticks, just like you put them on the skin, they dry down and they literally don't move? This is what that reminds me of in terms of staying power and longevity. So if you want like that kind of staying power and a hot liquid highlighter, you have got to give this a try. Now the shade Gilded was not good on my skin tone. It's more of a golden, deep golden highlight. That's gonna look amazing on tan to deep skin. If you're fair to medium skin, give Opal a try, because that's gonna just flatter your skin tone a whole lot better. So I wanna talk about these little eyeshadow palettes. Urban Decay released a few of these. I think there's 3 in total, but I have the Half Baked palette and I just cannot say enough good things about it. The reason why I think this is great for summer is that it's just a travel friendly product, right? It's like everything you'll need in an eye look right here in this little palette. And I feel like the formula of these eyeshadows are absolutely incredible. I feel like they're getting better than their original Naked palettes. They just seem nicer or something. I don't know. So these eyeshadow palettes are really great. You get an entire eyeshadow look in this. It has 6 shades, and it has a really nice mirror in that, which I think it's so good for travel. This is a very travel friendly eyeshadow palette, but also the shades in this are really summery. They are kind of warm neutrals, but they don't play too warm. It's just really, really pretty. And I think this is just great for summer because I feel like we don't want the whole 9 yards of a huge eyeshadow palette. A lot of us are kind of into the idea of smaller edited palettes that are good for travel, but also give you a great look with just a small palette. I've really been into that lately. I just find that that's just easier for me to use. So in summer months, I think if you haven't tried a tubing mascara, now is the time to try that. I have really been into this and I haven't been able to put it down. I've been trying it out for about 2 weeks or so. This is the Half Caked Totally Tubular Mascara. Now, if you're not familiar with what a tubing mascara is, I'll definitely link a little article below that you can read. But essentially, it is a different kind of technology that is created with polymers that sort of wrap around each lash that gives the mascara a lot of great staying power, and it's also pretty easy to remove. Traditional waterproof mascaras really irritate you, but you want something that has a really great longevity and is a little bit sweat proof. Try a tubing mascara. I definitely recommend the Totally Tubular Mascara. I do like the Hourglass Unlocked Mascara as a high-end alternative, but I've just been reaching for this so much lately that I really just wanted to mention it. It has definitely quickly risen to the top of favorite beauty products. Pink is definitely having a moment this summer, and I've been really into pink glosses because glossy lips are always in style. And these two are really, really beautiful. I've been reaching for a lot. This is the Buxom Full-On Plumping Lip Cream, and this is in the shade Strawberry White Margarita. This little line of glosses have like yummy alcohol beverage inspired names. This one's really pretty. what I'm wearing right now, and this is a very similar shade and it's only $2. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Slicks lip gloss in the shade Snuggle Sesh, and it's so pretty, and it's another beautiful light pink lip gloss. It just looks amazing, especially with like a little bit darker of a lip liner. And again, it's only like $2 something. I couldn't get over the formula of these lip glosses. They're so good. Okay, so this last product is something that you probably didn't know you needed, but now you're gonna be like, wow, I really need this. I've gotten some questions on Instagram about reapplying your sunscreen on top of makeup. There's a couple ways that you can do this. I actually have been reapplying sunscreen just straight up on top of my makeup, like my regular sunscreen, but that's kind of an advanced move. It depends on the formula of the sunscreen and if it's gonna mesh well with your makeup. But this is another alternative. This is a sunscreen stick. And I have really been into Asian sunscreens, particularly Korean and Japanese sunscreens, because they have really advanced newer filters that are not available in the US yet. That's a whole other rant for another time. We have old filters that are just outdated. Asian filters, like, they know what they're doing. And this is a Korean sunscreen stick. I'll link it below. It's like the Milky Piggy something or other. But this thing is literally like a invisible sunscreen stick. Has a little bit of a creamy feel to it, like you definitely have something on your face. The sunscreen smell is so slight because the UV filters are not as chemically smelling. It just goes straight on top of your makeup. Like, I literally just swipe it across my face, and then you can either put a little bit of powder over it, you can put some setting spray on top of it, and then it's not gonna move. If you're oily, you may wanna powder it. If you're dry, you may not need to. It's just a nice, weightless, seamless way for you to apply sunscreen over top of your makeup. I know there are setting mists, I know there are setting sprays, I know there are other ways to do it, but the setting mists kind of bother me because they are those like weird chemical UV filters that, like, it feels like it gets in my eyes and my nose and my mouth, and I don't know if I'm controlling the amount of SPF that I actually need to get the protection. It's not my favorite way to apply sunscreen on top of my makeup. A lot of people say, well, that's the easiest way, or a powder sunscreen. I know powder sunscreens are popular too, but the thing with those as well, it's kind of hard to figure out if you're getting the correct labeled SPF. In fact, there was, I think, Lab Beauty Muffin, I can't remember her name. She did an Instagram reel where to get the labeled SPF on a powder sunscreen, you have to use so much powder on your face. So as a result, I think these sticks, you can probably get pretty close to the amount of sunscreen that you need. If you're a little uncertain with this, you could layer this then with a powder sunscreen. That's what I honestly am gonna be doing, and I think it'll apply over top of my makeup just fine. I just think those two together, you're gonna get a better coverage on your face with SPF. So if you haven't tried this, you have to. It is so good. It's something that you didn't know you needed. And last but not least is my absolute Holy Grail setting spray, the Urban Decay All Nighter. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about it for forever because I've mentioned it a million times, but I literally cannot do my makeup without it, especially in summertime. It is like hairspray for your face. Just get it, thank me later. There's a lot of drugstore alternatives, but I really just go back to this one because I feel like it just does the best for me. So if you've not tried the Urban Decay All Nighter, then give it a go because you're gonna love it. And that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I was able to point you to some cool products that you can try this summer. These are all of my favorite products that I've been using and that I will continue to use into the summer months. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. Hope you liked it, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!